No, but look, ask your daddy, bitch. I want to ask you, and you fucking ended yourself. Now I can't ask you shit, dummy. God damn it. Oh, we're live. Sorry.
Yeah, we're live.
My bad. See, I don't get the fuck. How do you get the icon before I do?
I don't know. I see it on my side every time that bitch goes gold, Jack. And it's like, my dude.
Shit, you get it before I do. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name is Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. That's Cesar Racava. And somewhat, actually, this is an exciting weekend, honestly. This card this weekend is pretty packed, but a few things to talk about, of course, for that. First thing I want to get to is Dana White talking about getting rid of the early weigh-ins. Now, we had the early weigh-ins for, what, a couple years now? Something like that? Or a year at least? I don't even know. I
think it's been a couple,
maybe. 2 years, right?
Yeah, okay. Something like that.
All right, 2 years. What does that mean? That means at local time, I think they start doing weigh-ins local time, I think 10 a.m. I'm not 100% sure. I think it depends where they are. You can watch those on, like, I think MMA Junkie does a stream, Clickbait Fighting does a stream, MMA Weekly does a stream. All those guys do streams, right? And
you can listen to he'll creepily talk about people undressing.
Pretty much, and like his like creepy golf fucking voice and shit, like so weird. Anyway, so you can watch those like actual real weigh-ins, and then you can tune in 4 or 5 hours later for the fake weigh-ins. Here's the thing: early weigh-ins means fighter can get the weight cut done and over with to get weigh in, and they got the entire day to rehydrate, recuperate, get some food in them and everything. Now what's gonna happen? Because they don't want to get rid of these early weigh-ins, which again I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen whether or not it's like for sure happening, but now that he's going to get rid of his early weigh-ins, we're talking about a 4 p.m. weigh-in, okay? Anyone that's cut weight and the way fighters cut weight, you can't eat food right away because you'll get sick, right? That's why they have Pedialyte right next to them. Their corners always have Pedialyte with them, so they can start sipping on that. They can't eat food right away. So you're talking about pushing food, meals to another 2-3 hours later, something like that, right? And you lose sleep, you lose all that stuff. So, Fred, your thoughts on this whole thing, Dana White taking it away? Here's the thing, real quick. What the argument against it is now these guys that can't make weight. You're doing this because some people can't make weight because Darren Till couldn't make weight because Mackenzie Dern came in 7 pounds over. What's your thoughts on this whole early weigh-ins thing?
I mean, look, man. As far as Darren Till and Mackenzie Dern not being able to make weight, my heart pumps purple piss for them. I don't give a shit about that. They should have been more prepared like that. But on the same token, look, man, what the fuck? It's funny. We were actually just talking about this on the Loudmouth podcast last week or something. What the fuck? Wasn't this what it was before?
The afternoon weigh-ins, yeah.
Yeah, this is what it was for a long time before, right?
Yeah.
And then they changed it to early morning so that people would have more time to hydrate afterwards. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, are we splitting hairs here? Shouldn't your fucking weight cut start 2-3 weeks out, fucking month out, 6 weeks out? I mean, do those 4 hours really matter one way or the fucking other? Well, and quite frankly, if you need those 4 hours, aren't you already at an unprofessional point? I mean, motherfucker.
Because look, they cut carbs, right? And that's it. You cut fat, you lose a lot of fat and everything. The whole idea is to not have to cut so much that you come in to the cage at 170 or 185, whatever your weight class is, right? You want to go in there like 15 pounds over, so you dehydrate the fuck out of yourself. That way, when you rehydrate, you gain all that size back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so those 4 hours do kind of matter when you're trying to recover. But it's just to me just weird to like change it.
You're going to get it either way, though. You're either going to get 4 more hours to cut or 4 more hours to rehydrate. Either fucking way, you're being a jerk off and killing the shit out of yourself. So what the fuck does it matter whether you get the 4 hours? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're splitting hairs. No matter what, I dig what you're saying. But look, who doesn't miss weight, right? Fucking the Diaz brothers. They might smoke pot and do a lot of other bullshit, but they don't miss weight. You know why? Because they've been vegan since they were fucking 6.
Yeah,
that's not a coincidence. Those things run hand in hand. Like if you're missing weight, look, I'll give you one. Anybody can have a weird thing. These fucking broads with their fucking snatches bleeding and the whole most of it. Everybody gets one. All right. But goddamn it, after that, it's just you not being fucking prepared, dog. You got 2 jobs. Make weight and win the fight. That's fucking it. These fucking fighters wanting to come up with all these different fucking trickery strategies to make, bro, just start your fucking weight cut out a little more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cut the fucking tiramisu out. Like, look at Khabib, right? He has all these problems cutting weight, and then he doesn't. George Lockhart, get the fuck out of here. You just fucking started being more strict with your diet. That's it. Like, just follow your shit. And then you ain't got to cut 25 pounds of fucking water towards the end. You're already close to weight, man. So to answer your question, I don't really give a shit. If they're going to make it 4 hours later, cool beans. If they keep it like this, guys, start your weight cut 4 or 5 days before you get to wherever the fuck you're going. I mean, start, you know what I mean? Like, seriously getting close to that weight as opposed to staying 15, 18 pounds out when you fucking touch down in the city 48 hours. Come on. Y'all know you shouldn't be doing that. You're pushing it.
And on top of that, too, it's just like, it's once you get older, you need to realize your body's not going to cut weight the same. So just being a little more intelligent about your weight cut will probably help a lot. You know, the worst example being Johnny fucking Hendricks. You know what I mean? That guy just didn't give a fuck. Like, that's just if like Johnny's a case of not giving a fuck. I think that's what that was.
Johnny's also fucking been roided out. Yeah. Like, let's fucking call a spade a spade. He never got caught. But I'll suck your dick in third main if that goddamn dude wasn't on steroids. And steroids help you do all kinds of shit, include cut weight. So it's hard to fucking say what the fuck's going on with that dude. Maybe he was getting a little, when he did make weight or when he was close, maybe he had a little fucking steroid help. You know what I mean? Like,
shit, it helps cut fat.
I hate saying, you know what I mean, when talking about fucking Johnny Hendricks, because that's all that dude said. You know what I mean? Like a fucking little crack fiend.
You know what I mean? Over and over again. Jesse, if you're a fighter, do you want the 4 hours to rehydrate or do you want the 4 hours to cut?
I think you would want the 4 hours to rehydrate. You want your brain in tip-top shape for the beating that's about to receive the next day. Yeah. But honestly, I think this is like a sense. What is it, like one of those like sensationalized articles, because this is all coming from what was it, Ben Folks? I think it's Ben Folks, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody from Junkie. They aggregated a bunch of data, basically saying that we have a lot more people missing weight over the past 2 years, and then they compared 2 years when we were having the late weigh-ins. Right. But I honestly think I haven't done the digging into it because I've kind of been busy doing our rankings here. But I think if you look at those people that miss weight and the result afterwards, I'm almost assured that you're going to find less knockouts, less people taking concussive damage. And if you look at the people that when we were doing the late weigh-ins, you're going to see a lot more knockouts. You're going to see a lot more people, taking hard concussive damage, being put out longer and stuff. And I think this is more of a subject of fighter safety. Fighter safety, if that's what we're looking for, we want to try to keep the weigh-ins at the time that they're at right now, early. And I get what Fred is saying. We're splitting hairs in the sense that if you're a professional, your only goal when you sign a contract is, I'm going to make whatever weight I'm signing the contract at. That's your only job. That's what they're paying you for, to show up at that weight. I mean, how many times have we seen where, fighters show up, don't make weight, don't get paid?
Right.
That's basically what half your paycheck is. Just make weight. I think that if you levy more just sanctions, if you do something to these guys bigger than just 30% of their pay, you got to do something that really affects them so they really understand, okay, I'm not even going to take the risk of showing up. What was Darren Till like? Drop a day of or a week of the fight, right? That's what he said. He was dropping 40.
Yeah.
Who, like Fred says, you start cutting your diet down, you start doing everything. I get it. You want to get that advantage. But at a certain point, if you're doing something to these fighters that miss weight by that much, it's going to discourage them from doing that. And I think that's what we should be focusing on, not moving the time.
Right. At the end of the day, this shit does seem kind of pointless a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, motherfuckers just need to focus on their weight cut a little earlier. Don't try to wait. I mean, you know what I mean? It's fucking common sense shit, man. Don't try to wait till the last moment and cut a bunch and then blame it on the hours that, you know what I mean? Like, that's stupid.
No, here's the thing, though. So, real quick, shout out to Uncle Hank, Joey Tremendous in the chat, Raider, Gary Cosin, what up, everybody? But Joey says this. He goes, USADA. That's why people are missing. So maybe with the combination of the early weigh-ins and USADA put together, So I mean, we'll find out, right? They push it down to the 4 o'clock or whatever time they'll do the actual weigh-ins now. Now with this change, should it actually happen? Now we'll find out. You know, if people start missing then too, we'll see. Hey, maybe USADA had a lot to do with it. Just like you were saying,
well,
you know, steroids will help with that.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you're also taking away the hydration after the weigh-ins. So that's the other danger that I see if they move it back to the regular time. Right. Now you're going to have guys that, you know, dehydrating themselves really badly. You know, Darren Till, 40 pounds. I mean, that's a lot of water weight to cut. Yep. How are you going to rehydrate your brain properly to be able to function the next day? You're not. It's just not enough time without some sort of IV or something. And with that out of the way, we're going to see a lot more fighters get hurt.
Yeah, and even you know, arguably with the IV, it's been argued that it doesn't help that much.
I'm sorry, but why the fuck should we care, bro? You know how big you are. If you force yourself down there and then you get your funny ass knocked out because you tried to cut another 8 pounds that you knew good and well you shouldn't cut. Tough titty, said the kitty. The world's rough out. Like, why the fuck? This drives me crazy. Like, why are we responsible for a fighter trying to cut more weight than they're able to cut?
Right.
I mean, like, if you have a bad performance, you put yourself in physical danger. That's on you, dude. Don't fucking the Sandman how that works out.
Yeah. Real quick, that reminds me of a tournament a while ago. I watched somebody cut like 20 pounds, try to make the weight, and they got on the scale, got off the scale, and then right when they were waiting in the bullpen to go get called into their match, he passed the fuck out. That was just damn, dude, it's stupid. Anyway, and in jiu-jitsu tournaments, most of them, like 99% of them, are at mat weigh-ins. Like you weigh in and you go like 5 minutes later. So that was stupid.
It's crazy too, man, because you look at all the cats that are having so much success by not cutting much weight. Look at RDA's little
about to fight for a title.
RDA about to fight for a belt. Look at the fucking middleweight fucking championship. Robert Whitaker's up there running roughshed. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck else just won at 70? Fucking Gaslam.
Gaslam's at 185.
I'm sorry, at 85. Yeah. He's another cat that's coming from 70. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to make that huge weight cut, look at how much success he's having at the next weight division. Like, maybe it's not the smartest thing in the world if you have to cut so much that you almost die. Like Darren Till. Bruh, you probably would be just fine at 85. I get the sneaky suspicion you'd be I don't think you'd be outsized at all. Maybe a little bit against cats like Luke Rockhold or something, but not by much. I think you'd be just fine.
And even then, we might see Luke Rockhold at 205, which would be awesome, honestly. I want to see what that guy looks like without having to cut. He cuts a shitload of weight, too.
Exactly.
And, of course, Conor McGregor.
But look, here's my thing. If you make it, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't know what you feel like. I don't know if you almost fucking die. If you make the weight, then you know what I mean, though? Like if you make it, it ain't on us. Like you make that shit, you get off the scale, you go hydrate and you fight the next night. We don't know how hard your weight cut was per se. We just know whether you fucking made weight or not.
Right.
But also I think the danger is that we don't want to see somebody like a Renan Barão who's trying to cut so much weight, passes out in the bathtub and hits his head. Now we have a death because some idiot is trying to cut too much weight. And I understand what you're saying, Fred. We're babysitting too many people in this world, and we should let guys do whatever the hell they're going to try to do. And if the Green Reaper hits them because they were trying to do a little too much, that's the game they're trying to play, right? But I also think we have to stop some of these fighters from being stupid. I mean, a lot of these guys like Darren Till, his big thing is he's like, I want to feel big in the octagon the next day. Okay, we understand that, but also you have to understand that if you're not going to be able to make weight, you got another problem. You know, you're screwing your career over by not making this weight.
Right.
I love people that say they want to do. Man, you know how much shit I want to do on a daily that I don't fucking get to do. I want to do all kinds of shit, Darren. Like tough
shit, man. All right, let's move on here with let's talk about before I forget, because I almost forgot. KGB Lee, Andrea, is that her name right?
Yeah,
Andrea Lee. KGB Lee, everyone knows her. She's is she flyweight or strawweight?
Ah, damn it.
I think she's a flyweight.
She could be both. Doesn't matter. Anyway, The story's not even about her, really. So this chick, like, girls like to put up selfies and all this other shit on Instagram and Twitter. But she loves to do that. Like, yeah, she loves to do that. And she's like, look at us. We're having fun out in the lake on Sunday doing whatever the fuck we're doing. That's great. Cool. Oh, go ahead and take a picture. Take a picture with her husband. And look, you gotta know the internet's gonna do this shit. All right. The second you put that picture up, everyone's doing this shit on their phone, trying to make that picture bigger. Found a nice little swastika tattoo right on her husband's arm, and the internet blew up about it. Now, in this PC world we live in, everyone freaked the fuck out, right? But just like a couple years ago, one of these made freak out. But Fred, you saw that shit. What was your thought?
And first off, let's talk about the internet for a moment. Right. Everybody fucking hates on the internet. Oh, everybody fucking she's good. Fucking good. This is why the internet kicks fucking ass. You're right, Eddie. They took one picture, thought you slick. The internet ate that shit up. We fucking came right to it, seen that shit. And you know what, man? There's a couple things going on here, okay? This prick, first off, it's two fucking racist tattoo. He's got the fucking Nazi symbol, and then he's got the fucking SS, whatever the fuck that stands for. I know it's a fucking Nazi thing, but I don't know exactly what it means. There's a couple things to this, okay? Hey, here's the backstory on this. Now, I don't know if this is true, but this is what I heard. I heard he's an ex-cop and that he went to prison because he shot a fucking unarmed black dude in the face. Now, that could be wrong. I don't fucking know, but that's what I heard through the MMA grapevine. And if that is fucking true, and dude did 5 years for that, and he got out with those tattoos, he's a piece of fucking shit. And let me further elaborate. Her, for trying to stick up for him and calling all of us sensitive snowflakes for being offended by it, you're a fucking piece of shit too, you fucking bitch. And listen, guess what? I know you can kick my ass. So can that fucking Nazi prick husband of yours. But I don't give a fuck. You're both pieces of shit. And furthermore, the cute little fucking prick said he said that it was a stupid thing. Such a fucking you know what? Maybe I could whoop this fucking guy's ass. He's a fucking pussy. You know, he fucking stuck half his foot in the water. He said, they were a regretful decision that I made a long time ago, but I'm not going to get them covered up. What the fuck is that? Look, man, either they're a bad decision that you regret and they're fucking reprehensible and you're down to get them covered up because of all the shit that you just said, or you're a fucking pussy and you still believe in those fucking things and you're just not willing enough to say it because you think it'll, affect KBG's career, which ironically is named after the fucking Russian mafia. Can we just get these two clowns the fuck out of here already? We don't need you, KGB. The fucking flyweight women's division is fucking trash anyways. Let's just call a spade a spade. You're no fucking Ronda Rousey. Get the fuck out. Make that clown fucking cover them shits up and apologize, or get them the fuck out of here. We don't need them.
No, and I wonder if that's actually going to be a thing, if it'll affect her career at all, right? Like, I mean, the UFC PR machine will definitely be like, yeah, for sure don't bring him to fight week, or for sure don't put up no more pictures of this motherfucker. Be done with that. But I think what I read was that he said something about, I don't want to get him removed because my tattoos tell the story of what I've been through and a bunch of this shit. And yeah, apparently he was a cop that killed an unarmed black dude. And he went to jail for that, prison. Now
he is full of fucking shit. Oh, these are reminders of when I was a dumbass. So if I get them covered up with a big hairy asshole, and it'll still be a reminder of what the fuck you are. Get the fuck out of here with that fake. I swear to God, for all you future racists out there, just fucking own it. That fucking prick, what's his name? Richard Spence, the one that kept getting socked in the mouth. Got a lot of respect for that guy. No, seriously. Those type of pricks, just say it. Don't do this. Jesus. Don't do this riding the fucking fence shit.
Oh my God. All right, check this shit out. So first of all, she came out with the whole, you sensitive mofos and all this shit, snowflakes, blah, 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 all that garbage, the wrong thing to fucking say, first of all, to the internet. But still.
Man, no shit. Where's her manager with that?
Right. Yeah, someone get her some help. But here's from this is from a day ago, from yesterday. Andrea Lee says husband might get Nazi tattoos covered if artist can make it not look trashier than it already is. End quote.
Like this is goofy. Why do you keep saying like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm sure your husband's little Nazi tattoo is the one that they can't make not look trashy. Well, you get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Cover that shit up, or y'all gotta go. What the fuck are we talking about?
So she was on the Slip and Dip podcast, and she said she was talking about the she called the tattoos embarrassing, and she wanted him to cover up, but that she can't make him do it. Like, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, here it is. Here's a quote from her on that podcast. It says, I took a picture of my husband and he has some embarrassing tattoos. He has a swastika on his arm. He's normally careful about posting pictures, but he posted our late pictures on Twitter. People zoomed in on his tattoos and saw the swastika, and they started commenting and posting hateful stuff. It's a hate symbol. The fuck? Anyway, he saw it immediately. He was upset, and I saw it, and everybody was turning on me because he's my husband and I'm standing next to him. So obviously I must be a racist and a Nazi. I mean, the fuck? I swear. No, did you guys hear the other quote she said? She said, we can't be racist. We have an Asian dude and a black dude that lives with us. Did you hear that quote?
For the record, if anybody close to KGB's camp ever hears any of this, that's exactly what a racist would say.
Exactly. I'm not racist. I'm a black friend.
I love Mexicans. I do a podcast with 2 Mexicans. I swear to God. I like fucking Mexican girls. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You live with a fucking black guy and an Asian. Asians don't count for the record anyways. That's not proof that you're not racist. Everybody likes Asians.
You know what's funny?
In Asians. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I used to think that the world had too many of 2 things. 1, lawyers, and 2, PR people. I think we ran out of PR people. This bitch needs like 10.
Yeah, no shit, man. What
legit. And a lawyer at this point. What the fuck? But Jesse, with that whole tattoo thing, would you like, because you normally don't like overreact on stuff. You usually, like, out of all 3 of us, the one that like thinks about it a little differently. What was your thoughts when you saw the picture and saw this whole bullshit happen with her?
Okay, here's the thing. I have tattoos, and there's people that don't know about my tattoos, and I'm careful about covering my tattoos around certain family members, whatever. And there's a difference between being careful about, like, having something that you don't want people to know about, and actually having something that spreads hate. And when you see it, it can be no other thing but that one thing. A swastika, SS symbol, there's nothing else it could be. Number one. Number two, I'm really disappointed in a lot of people that are coming out and saying, well, he's not in the UFC. What do we care? Yeah, we care a lot, because if we normalize and we let someone like this just, that's his past, whatever, it's aesthetics. He doesn't want to look bad. He doesn't want to cover it up. Yeah, we'll let it go. Then we start getting just these hateful idiots that think that it's okay to be the way that these people are, that it's okay to have these things, out there. And then we start having, like, what is it? The three people that are running for Senate, right? We have a guy that's a pedophile.
Yeah.
Right. We have a guy that's a complete racist that actually told a black woman reporter to her face that the reason she's smart is because the white part of her, and that black people are dumb by 20 IQ points.
Yeah.
20 IQ points. Well, they're dumber by 20 IQ points. Scientific proof. And then another guy that says that he's pro-white Christian. These are the guys that are okay with these things. These are the guys that are happy when something like this, and people sweep it under the rug. Oh, yeah, it's not a big deal. No, we cannot normalize people that are okay with hate. We can't. We can't be okay with this stuff. And I'm really disappointed in a lot of people out there, in our communities that I saw that were like, well, it's not her. I'll still watch her fight. No, we can't. We can't allow this stuff, guys. This is something we can't do. I'm sorry.
This brings up a bigger point, man, and we've talked about on this podcast before, man. Like, a little bit of MMA is kind of like Trump supporting racist town, man.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Yeah. I mean, I think that
I'll give you an example. If I tweet out anything, I laugh at the president a lot. All right. Look, whether or not you support him or not, he's a silly little motherfucker. Okay, he's silly. Yeah. He's weird. He's a silly old man.
Around that. Yeah. Every once in a while, he's actually legit funny, like real shit.
Yeah. Like he's a silly little motherfucker. Kind of, all right. When at the fucking, and we're not gonna make this political for much longer, believe me. But like when he was running and he was at the debate, doing those faces. Remember that? Shit. Yeah. He was doing that. I was dying laughing. because he looks like a clown. Okay, so I post things that I think are fucking hilarious about the guy, and people legitimately like, oh, I didn't know you were a liberal, fucking liberal. I'm like, you don't know me from shit, dude. Shut the fuck up with that lefty righty shit. I don't take sides. I don't pick teams. Okay, I like to think about an issue and make my mind about that issue, and then go on to the next one. But like, I've never seen this as bad as it is with people in MMA. I get stick to MMA. Fucking, why are you talking about like politics? And I'm like, this dude just fucking. You didn't see this funny shit? I'm talking about the funny shit. I'm not talking about like his politics, like, but any little trigger, just get him going. So a lot of people in, you know, their choice. It's fucking America. You do whatever you want, but it's definitely a lot of right, I guess, Trump people.
Who was the fucking boxing jerk off that said it's just a bunch of skinheads and whatever the fuck in MMA?
Oh, was it Lou DiBella?
It was somebody that had a name. It might have been that. I think it was Bob Arum. It was the prick that Dana White hates. I think it was Bob Arum.
Maybe.
Now, listen, we all know that Bob Arum's a fucking moron, right? We don't want to be perpetuating the fucking stereotype for that prick. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that dude to be able to say, see, look, they seen that, and they still have those people in the UFC. Like, I mean, at a certain point, look, being real for a moment, should KGB be, put out of the UFC? No. Should that dude not be allowed to corner her? Yes. Like, he should not be allowed to be there. Reebok, don't nobody want to be associated with that. And it's real simple. Get your tattoos covered up.
Yeah.
Save that bullshit about life lessons for somebody who gives a fuck. This is about money and business. Nobody wants to be in business with a Nazi. That shit died in Germany with Hitler. Or maybe whatever happened with Hitler.
Well, hey, look, man,
a long time ago, that fucking idea and that theme, goddammit. The reality is nowadays that ain't making money. So you got to cover that up, or you definitely got to get the fuck out of here. And KGB, you're on thin ice.
Hey, I can't wait to see when she comes out. He tries to corner her. See what people say. Like, I mean, like people get crazy.
No, the snowflakes aren't going to have it. So I think ultimately the UFC will ban him. Look, he can buy a ticket and come in the building, but I don't think they're going to let him corner her. I hope not.
I highly doubt it. All right. Moving on to the next one. And fucking my notes are on fucking here. I'm getting a little more organized. I have notes, folks. Look at that. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So I don't know when this tweet went out from Helwani, but apparently a while ago, because again, everyone knows I'm blocked by that dude for calling him out on some bullshit. But he he tweeted out apparently that McGregor was supposed to fight at UFC 224. Right. And everyone kind of said, oh, you're full of shit, whatever, go fuck yourself and everything. Turns out, motherfucker might have been right, because McGregor today posted, I think today or yesterday, posted a picture on Instagram talking about he's like number 4 on the Forbes most or highest paid athletes of 2018. And he says he would have been number 2 had he been able to fight at UFC 224. And then if you go back to the tweet that Helwani put out, the supposed bout for 224 for the interim welterweight title was going to be him and RDA. So if you think about it, first of all, that totally explains this Colby Covington RDA fight. Totally explains it. McGregor couldn't fight, got arrested for throwing a fucking dolly through a window. Fuck, that dude missed out on history because of a fucking dolly through, because he couldn't keep his shit together for like 5 seconds. Or he threw it too hard, whatever it was. Anyway, and 2, like, now we know why there's an interim belt, even though we don't need one.
Man,
McGregor shot.
McGregor didn't miss out on shit.
No. I'm saying on history right now.
You know who missed out for the second time is RDA. RDA's probably like, can I get the fucking red panty night?
Yeah, can I get paid?
I'm at least the butt of the joke. Can I at least get the goddamn red panty night already? This motherfucker's dodged out on me twice, and I get stuck with Colby fucking Covington. What the fuck? I mean, he's cute, but your money just plummeted, RDA. And you got to deal with the stylistic matchup of the wet blanket and that fucking mouth. At least McGregor's going to make you a little bit of money. Colby ain't going to make you that much money. He's going to be cheesy as fuck. I feel bad for old RDA. It almost makes me want to like him a little bit. That sucks for him. I mean, look, whenever McGregor comes back, whoever he fights, it's going to be big. If RDA could have fucked around and slid in that spot, he's got to be like, God damn it, Connor. You stupid fuck. Now I'm never going to get that fight. Now you're going to fight the little Russian prick.
Yeah, and he is too. That's the only fight they make at this point. Fuck. Jeremiah from the Hardcore MMA show says it was Lou. Lou DiBell's the one that did the skinhead quote, apparently. Anyway, so
true.
McGregor with Jesse. When McGregor's supposed to fight with 224, that card was in Brazil. and that would have been a great fucking sight to see. Because if you remember when he was going against Aldo, he was fucking going crazy, talking about I'm gonna ride to his favela and I'm gonna take his shit and all that. But do you buy that story? You think it's true?
I don't know, man. I feel like now that Helwani's back in the good graces of the UFC by getting hired by ESPN. Yeah. I think there's a little bit of a narrative there. I think the narrative is, see, the UFC is punishing Conor for what he did. See, he missed out on that. And I think the little I don't know, the sheeple out there that believe everything that Helwani and, you know, Conor say, they're just eating this up. I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. And I think I don't know, man. I think if we go back through the whole timeline of how everything came about, I just don't think it matches up.
Man, it's all promo, dude, and all promotion is good. Basically, all promotion is good.
But that's the thing, though. But that's the thing. You're so right. This is promotion for Conor coming back later this year. It's not, oh, we missed out on a epic fight. No, this is, hey, Conor's in the news again. Hey, oh yeah, Conor, yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, he would have made a bunch of millions. Does that help us in any way? No.
No, it doesn't. No, but here's the thing: like that card, whenever him Khabib throw down, that's gonna be a huge card. That's gonna be, and don't buy this bullshit. Khabib saying like, oh no, McGregor's got to go to the back of the line. Fuck that. Like Fred says, this is about business, and if Khabib wants to get paid, he's gonna make some business happen. Shit, like out of here, go back to the line. McGregor's in the front of every line. Khabib, I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but he's in front of every line.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Khabib's cute, but that ain't his shot to call, quite frankly.
Hey, look, man. I mean, look, he can say no all he wants to until he sees, oh, how much am I getting paid to fight this guy? Oh, yeah, he can be in the front. Sure, cut.
I mean, and look, at the end of the day, like it or not, this goes for everybody watching, everybody out there that says otherwise. Conor's the champ. They could take the belt or whatever. The last real champion at 55 was Eddie Alvarez. Yep. And y'all can go to YouTube and look up the highlights if y'all forgot how that fight went. God damn it. I'm a fight fan. Conor beat the champ. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. All due respect to Kevin Lee, he was not the fucking man. If Khabib wants to be the man, he has to beat Conor McGregor. That's just a fact. That's the way this goes.
Yeah, and shit, if he does that.
And for the record, vice versa now. Khabib has put himself in a spot to where if Conor really wants to be the man, he's got to be Khabib now too. Yeah.
And that's a stylistic matchup that's going to be like, whew, I can't wait for that fight. That fight has to happen, dude. And honestly, most of the time I'm like, oh, great. You know, Conor's going to knock out another motherfucker. But no, this is a good fucking fight.
Khabib Conor is what we're all here for.
So waiting for.
It's got all the ingredients, man. Real drama, stylistic, the whole most of it. Like that's what we all tune in for. Shit like that.
By the way, as far as Helwani going to ESPN, he belongs there. I'll say that. 100% belongs there. 100% belongs there. All right. And if you know the back workings of how ESPN and the journalism world works the way I do, that dude's gonna be on his knees a lot. Anyway.
Have you noticed Brett Okamoto's not breaking too many news nowadays?
I honestly haven't. He's writing a lot more articles from what I've seen.
Yeah, he ain't breaking no more news.
I'm telling y'all, Helwani can break all the news he wants. If he gives up the MMA hour and he disappears from MMA fighting, it is going to hurt his brand. I promise you. Like him not talking to all of the biggest stars in our sport once a week is going to affect the way we look at him as fans. Him and Uncle Chell talking is not going to be the same thing. People are not necessarily Helwani fans. He just gets the dopest interviews. He's good at doing that.
Yeah.
He's decent at doing that. But him talking, he's not this kind of crazy personality like Chael Sonnen. Like that's not his niche, man. And I think once he disappears from that, he's going to lose notoriety. This is not going to be great for Ariel Helwani's brand. He might make a lot of money, but this isn't going to be good for his brand.
Yeah. As far as the money goes, hey, man, take care of your family. I ain't knocking that. I ain't knocking that from anybody. From anybody. You take the higher paying job, fuck it. Take care of your own, man.
Sure,
I do the same shit.
Sure. I'm just speaking the facts. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I think in the MMA community, his stature and his respect is going to deplete a little.
And you're right. You're right. I mean, it's a good thing they fucking turn off the chat on his fucking show or whatever, because I guarantee, because I've seen it on Twitter about people calling him a sellout and a bunch of this shit.
Oh yeah. And he's still there. Wait till he disappears. I mean, look, you guys can think what you want about Ariel Helwani, but when he disappears, MMA fighting is going to take a major hit, and not really major, just at first, because Luke Thomas or somebody will step in, and I'm telling you, they're going to start getting all that shine that Helwani leaves behind.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if they somehow, like, if they were to make that show better, which they could. I don't think it's that hard to make that show better, honestly. But anyway, all right, moving on. UFC in New York this last weekend, Moraes knocked out Rivera with that head kick. Does anybody have more hype on, like, more? I mean, Jesse, Rivera was riding a massive hype train that I thought was justified, and then Moraes just head kicked him to hell in 30 seconds? Some crazy shit.
Yeah, 30 something seconds. Yeah. Haven't us here at the show been talking about Moraes for a long time? Yep. When he was in World Series of Fighting, you know, a lot of people were like, he ain't fighting nobody. Dude, the way he was putting people away, the way he was fighting, you know, yeah, sure, second tier guys at sometimes, you could just tell that guy was special, you know. And the fact that his first UFC fight was against the top ranked Rafael Assunção, you know, a top guy that he took to a decision. He didn't get beat, you know, royally. He took to a decision that not many people are able to do that with Assunção. So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm really happy. That guy is a really, really nice guy, you know. And now he's starting to do what I always thought that he could do in this division. So let's see it, man. Let's see him move up in the rankings and get there.
Fred, do you give him the winner of Dillashaw Garbrandt?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, never know what the fuck's going on with Dominic Cruz, but like, I guess until he fucking can stay healthy for more than 4 days at a time. Yeah. Right. Why not? I mean, it's a new challenger. It's a credible challenger. It's a dangerous challenger. It's an entertaining challenger. Like, what the fuck is the con of him fighting for the belt? You know what I mean? Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Raider in the comments saying, I was already forgetting about Conor until his headlines today. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that at all until he posted that shit. Anyway, but yeah, look, dude, Moraes, I give Moraes a decent chance against either guy. Honestly. Sure. I mean, or TJ.
I wouldn't favor him in either fight, but I would give him a fucking chance against anybody in the division, especially after seeing what he did to Rivera. I mean, you know, but clearly, like, I still had some slight reservations going to that fight. I knew he was a bad motherfucker, but now, you know, what the fuck, man? As I always say, the proof is in the pudding. You have to respect that man in that first fucking round at the very least, Jack.
He just halted a big time hype train on there. All right, you guys want to talk about this weekend? UFC Chicago, UFC 225 on pay-per-view. Let's talk about the prelims real quick. There's a couple highlights on the prelims. You got Clay Guida against late replacement Charles Oliveira. I think it's a better fight than he originally had. He had Bobby Green. I think Oliveira is a fucking upgrade. I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Here's the one that a lot of people are talking about. Number 1 ranked Joe Benavidez is in the Fight Pass prelims against number 5 ranked Sergio Pettis. Fred, does he deserve to be better in the Fight Pass prelims? I mean, he's the number 1 ranked flyweight. You think this is a flyweight thing or a Joe B thing?
I think it's a flyweight thing. I think he should be on the prelims. I think we don't give a shit about flyweight, generally speaking. And when you add on the fact that DJ done starched him, yeah. I mean, look, he himself probably deserves a higher rank on the card because of who he is as a fighter. But where he's at in the division he's in, who he's fighting, all due respect to Sergio. I mean, you know, and listen, it's a stacked card. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Who would you move down and have him have that fight replace? Because you have Overeem Blades as the fight. What is it? The FS1 main event that couldn't even get on the main card, which is a good fight.
Listen, I don't agree with this at all, and I understand why, but I have to take the moment to be that cunt that goes, "What the fuck, guys? You got CM Punk fighting on the pay-per-view portion of the card, and you got #1 contender like Sergio Pettis and Joe Benavidez fighting. This is bullshit." It's bad for the sport.
Okay. Eddie, do you have the Dana White quote that he gave?
No.
When Overeem sells the way CM Punk sells, then we'll talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, yeah, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me just get through the rest of this early prelim shit. But we're definitely talking about that. I don't have the quote, but I know what you're talking about. Anyway, so then we have Rashad Evans going to get one more shot against Anthony Smith. He's going to fight on Fight Pass, obviously. I mean, he's got 4 in a row lost 4 of them in a row. They're trying to get. I mean, he's got to win because I think it's the only way he's going to like let it go.
It's fucking sad.
Fuck
it's fucking sad. It's like seeing your mom at a strip club sad. Like, it's enough with you, Rashad. Fighting Anthony Lionheart Smith. As much as I like Anthony Smith and he's a fun fighter, Christ almighty, if you get knocked out by dude, then you have to retire on this sort of a note. God damn, Rashad Evans and BJ Penn are fucking killing me here, man.
Yeah. Look at BJ already hung it up, but goddamn, dude.
Christ.
Jesse, you want to see him fight anymore?
Who, BJ Penn or Rashad Evans?
I don't want to see BJ Penn anywhere near a cage ever again, unless it's like grappling. But no, fuck no. No, but Rashad Evans, man.
No, I mean we've seen this 4 times. You know, he just doesn't have it anymore, man. Like he's gun shy. We've seen how he reacts out there. He's just not the aggressive fighter that he used to be. You know, he could try to mask it up, try some swagger. It's not there no more, man. Just leave. Just do the Bisping thing. Make up some, you know, Rashad could be like, my back, you know, my back is jacked up, so I'm done. Just do something. Just don't do this to yourself.
Or anything. And he was on MMA Heat with Karen Bryant. And he was talking about how this time he's not going to be gun shy. That last time he was like worried about losing. Now he's going to go there, let it go, and whatever happens, happens. For a guy like that's worried about his legacy, which I don't think he has to worry about it. He's already a legend in MMA. He's one of the fucking first ones to do some crazy shit. But you know, it's just weird. It's just weird to me. But he was all saying like, I'm just let it go. Whatever happens, happens. I don't buy it. I'm pretty sure he's still worried. But if he does show up and just throws hands the way he used to, I give him a chance. But Anthony Smith is a bad motherfucker, man. So this might even be the UFC going like, look, we're gonna give you old ass Rashad Evans. Like, you know, I don't know if it's telling Anthony Smith like, hey, we think he can kick your ass, or if it's like, hey, you can make a name off this dude. You know,
it's probably both.
Gary Costa says neither. Hashtag MMAARP. You got jokes, bro. Anyway, all right, moving on. Ricardo Lamas gets KO'd by what's his name? Emmett. Fuck, what's his name? Josh Emmett. Thank you. Yeah. Gets KO'd by Josh Emmett. And he went from like number 2 ranked or whatever he was to number 7. Now he gets number 11 ranked Mirsad Bektic. Is Lamas a gatekeeper at 45? By the way, real quick, he was supposed to get Yair. He accepted the fight. Yair's people backed out for some shit, whatever. And then now he's getting Mirsad Bektic at home because I think Lamas is from Chicago or lives in Chicago. But a little bit of a gatekeeper there, Fred.
You betcha he is. And a good one. I mean, listen, there's no shame in being a gatekeeper. They all can't be California girls. Everybody can't be a champion. I mean, there's no shame in that. But make no mistake about it. When you're fighting a cat like fucking Mirsad Bektic, you know, that's exactly who you are. You're the measuring stick, son. We're about to find you know what I mean? Yeah, make no mistake about it. We know who Ricardo Lamas is. We trying to figure out who Bektic is.
Lamas from now is like the guy that everyone wants to beat to get bumped up for like a possible title shot. So.
He's not only is he a gatekeeper, he's like the quintessential gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper.
Yeah. Be honest. But I don't know. What else? Claudio Gadelha is taking on Carlos Esparza in the prelims. And then the one you want to talk about, Jesse, Alistair Overeem and Curtis Blades are the feature prelim. And there's been a lot of shit about this one because who's opening the main card on pay-per-view? None other than 0-1 fighters, Mike Jackson and CM motherfucking Punk. And people are pissed about it. So then Dana White comes out and says, when Alistair Overeem sells the pay-per-views like CM Punk does, we'll talk. I mean, come on, dog.
Sick burn.
It was, but at the same time, it's just like, really, that's the best you can come up. Give me a better reason than that. Like, but he makes sense. He's right. He's not wrong. Like, people are going to tune in to watch CM Punk.
A better reason, Eddie. Let's not get crazy.
Lie to me.
That's the only reason.
Lie to me. Tell me CM Punk developed a flying triangle or a fucking like deadly overhand right. Don't fucking tell me just because it's the pay-per-views. That being said, I don't expect anything. Fuck, let's talk about first of all, Alistair Overeem was like, he was not like he was cool with it, but he accepted it, right? He was like, fuck it, fine. I'm on the prelims, less pressure. I can fight. Yeah, I can fight, get my fight done early, go chill, maybe watch the fights at home or in the hotel, whatever the fuck. You know. You're right, what's he gonna do? Not to mention his contract, he's still getting paid handsomely, so don't worry about it, folks.
Yeah.
He just, you know, everyone on the card's gonna get paid off of the fucking, you know, however the pay-per-view goes, really. So that's kind of how that really works.
Shit. Alistair ain't fighting for a belt. He getting the same money regardless, right?
Right, yeah. Right. And then on top of it, people should be complaining maybe a little bit about how Arlovsky Tuivasa is in the main card.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, shit, eyeball for eyeball, more people will probably watch Overeem fight than buy the pay-per-view.
Sure.
There's a good argument to be made there. So shit, you making the same amount of money, and more people are gonna watch you fight. What you bitching about? Who cares?
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, who cares? You get more eyeballs, making the same amount of money. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean,
I like how Fred is finally giving into the Uriah Faber business plan. Because remember, Uriah Faber was the one a couple years ago that was like, yeah, definitely put me on the prelims. More people get to watch me. That's great. They don't have to watch. They don't have to pay the pay-per-view.
It's worked for him. He's ended up on shows that he has no business being on. So
you're observant, Jesse. That is where I got that from when Uriah said that. I've always kept that in mind. Like, true, it's a pretty good point. Now, other than like a crazy Conor pay-per-view where the pay-per-view actually might out fucking sell the people who watched on Fox Sports 1, ordinarily you probably gonna get more views on Fox anyway.
Yeah, come on, people. Let's not pretend like not everyone like everyone doesn't know how to stream this shit. Worst case, go to Instagram Live. Someone's putting it up. All right, or Periscope. All right. So the first fight on them, allegedly, very allegedly, incredibly allegedly, motherfuckers. All right, no one for sure is gonna do that. I'm totally buying this pay-per-view, 100%. CM Punk against Mike Jackson is the curtain jerker, as they say, for the pay-per-view. Jesse, you expecting anything out of either one of these guys?
I'm expecting Mike Jackson to take a picture of himself before he gets into the cage. Maybe write a nice little article what it feels like to be on the pay-per-view. But other than that, not much.
That would be the one thing I'm happy about, or that I'm okay with in this fight. You know, as far as the fight being on pay-per-view, is Mike Jackson gets paid. Like, not enough people get paid. You know what I mean, it's good for him, right? But yeah, I don't expect much either, man. I mean, last time CM Punk didn't even get a punch off. Like, he cranked it back and takedown against a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Let's be fair. Mike Jackson, I don't think he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, but I'm pretty sure he's got really good hands, though. So this actually might be a fun fight to watch for the first, like, half a round.
See, that's my problem with this fight. It ain't really that they're two shitbirds who shouldn't be on a UFC pay-per-view, because that goes without saying,
right?
You know, but listen, all due respect to the dead, and I mean no fucking ill will about this, Kimbo Slice wasn't necessarily fucking credentialed to be in the UFC, but his fucking fights were entertaining. And at the end of the day, that's what all of us bloodlusting pricks are really here for.
Yep.
My problem with this fight is I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's a couple soft-ass sissies in there. I think I could hustle up a couple guys from my local penitentiary or the what was that fucking bare knuckle shit?
There you go.
Give me a couple of those pricks. Put some gloves on them. They were beating the piss out of each other. I don't think. Listen, dude. You know what? Here's a good question for this fight. Will there be blood?
No.
Will somebody draw blood on the other one in this fight? That's a good question for this fight with me. You think that blood will be drawn? I don't think so.
Look. Here's the thing. Mike Jackson actually has, I think it's Muay Thai fights under his belt.
Professional Muay Thai, I think.
So he at least knows how to strike enough to be able to put some hands on CM Punk. So I think that this is just going to be a terrible fight for CM Punk. I just don't see how CM Punk comes out of this looking good.
First of all, he's going to get him with bad. You know what this fight's going to look like? It's going to look like 2 7 to 9-year-olds tussling in the backyard over a fucking goddamn PlayStation controller or some shit like that. Like 2 dudes that don't know how to fighting.
There's two guys. Jeremiah says Jackson is undefeated as a striker. There you go. Anyway,
yeah, me too, Jack. Me too. And the me.
That's a good point. He's not wrong. Anyway, but here's two things that first of all, I hope Mike Jackson trained takedown defense. Okay, but second of all, I hope CM Punk does something crazy like pull guard, like in an MMA fight. Like that'd be fucking great. Like I'm expecting to laugh in this fight. I think that's fair. You know what I mean? I laughed the last one. He shuffled forward in the weirdest, like cartoonish type of way, cranked it back, and ended up on his ass in a heartbeat.
Listen. I'm gonna try to be fair for a minute, okay? Right. I'll tell you what my problem. No, seriously. I don't fault CM Punk for getting the bag the first go round, signing with the UFC. Cool, I get it. He had a huge name. You got to do what you got to do. My problem with CM Punk is after losing that first fight, he should have reevaluated what he was doing. Either had the UFC put him on Titan FC, take a little bit of the stage away, get a real shit bird. I mean, a real one, even shittier of a bird than this Mike, whatever the fuck character. I mean, get basic, like any other fighter gets, man. And take this thing seriously. My problem with CM Punk is I don't really want him on the pay-per-view portion of my card that I'm paying good money for. Because, again, like I said, I don't even think it's really going to be an entertaining fight. I don't even know if people are going to bleed. Now, listen, if those two dudes come out and beat the fuck out of each other, then, by God, I will apologize next week on this program. But I think it's going to be a fucking shit show, man. A bad grappling match with Mike, whatever the fuck, trying to land a lucky fucking punch with CM Punk trying to fucking, utilize some jiu-jitsu in a real life situation. Like I don't think it's going to be that great. And CM Punk should have had a few fights on the local circuit. Listen, there's only one Brock Lesnar. Just because he did it, don't mean the rest of you can. You know what I'm saying? Like you aren't ready for that, CM Punk. You weren't ready for it. So if we get a shitty fight, it's going to be enough with CM Punk. You better come out and start throwing some axe kicks. You better at least make this shit entertaining. You come out and it's boring and you still don't really look like you know what the fuck you're doing. Stop wasting our time and our money, man.
I'm calling it now. CM Punk's going to try at least 5 spinning back fists during the fight. He goes all 3 rounds. He's going to try 5 of them at least.
If he does that, I'm down. Fuck it. If he's even got the stones to try. I mean, I really feel like this could just be a almost in a weird way, a bad bomb for the UFC. Like I don't necessarily think he'll clam up, but I can see him having a really weird this fight being really weird and bad.
Gary just reminded me of some shit. Gary says on the comments, he goes, I don't know if Punk will be totally focused due to him being in court most of his week. He was being sued by a wrestling doctor, a pro wrestling doctor.
That got resolved though.
Yeah. But he was in court. Now, I had heard about it and I didn't really think much of it. And then someone sent me an article on Twitter, a link. And I read it, and apparently it was because he was being sued for defamation, which is shit. It was a huge deal. And then, there was people were live tweeting the court proceedings, and they said that the judges ruled in favor of CM Punk and what's his name, Colt Cabana, I think his name was, and apparently CM Punk and his wife hugged, and they both started crying, it was that big of a huge deal. You know what I mean? And that might get in his head a little bit, or maybe it's a relief, and now he's I could fucking just fight, fucking loose.
I tell you what, he's getting my goddamn money, so he better do something, goddamn it. He better try to put on a fucking show. Don't come out there fucking sissy-footing around no half-ass wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Next fight after that was going to be Arlovski to Tuivasa. Of course, 2 heavyweights that swing leather, so we're expecting a knockout here somewhere. And if it's Arlovski, is a legend. If it's Tuivasa, it's the up-and-comer, trying to move up the ranks so he can go for a heavyweight title. After that, we get the long-awaited debut of Megan. Is it Megan?
Megan, I think, yes.
Yeah. Megan Anderson against Holly Holm. That's a hell of a fucking debut fight. Now, I know Holly Holm is technically a 135er, but that chick's a tough out for anybody. She survived 5 rounds with Cyborg, dude. So Holly Holm's a real test for her. And we'll find out if Megan Anderson has what it takes to even fight in the UFC, first of all. But this is the chick they signed to fight Cyborg. That's what they signed Anderson for, to fight Cyborg. If she can't finish Holly Holm, can she last 5 rounds of Cyborg?
And that's subjective. I mean, it depends on
Right.
what the fight looks like. Like if she's dominating Holly, anything's possible. I'll tell you right now, too, man. I think if I was a fucking broad, I would chase that fucking Cyborg fight. I'm telling you,
100%.
Cyborg is prime for a loss. She ain't King Kong. She gets old too. USADA's running rampant. Cyborg is going to lose, dog. Listen, what do we know about this sport for a fucking fact? Everybody loses except John Jones.
He just gets disqualified and then gets poked out.
Yeah, but everybody else, goddamn it, loses. Everybody, what the fuck? Cyborg is gonna take an L, and she's got that mystique about her still. Not many people got the mystique that Cyborg still has. Fedor had it for a while. Anderson had it for a while. I don't know. John kind of had it, but he's all coked out and shit. Who knows what's going on, dude? Nobody really has that. Oh my God, mystique. If you beat Cyborg, you become a star tomorrow. If I'm a fucking bitch, I think I'm tough. I want that Cyborg fight. That's the one. That's the unicorn right now, man. And she's going to get beat by somebody.
Somebody's going to beat her.
You can't always be fucking on your P's and Q's.
Just, hey, real quick, especially shout out to Ohio. Cavs Warriors are going on right now. LeBron just threw a ridiculous pass to himself off the backboard and dunked it. Yeah. Anyway.
The goddamn goat.
He's a beast. Anyway, but look, yeah, but you're right. Whoever beats Cyborg, someone will beat her. That'll be probably the biggest upset in MMA history, or women's MMA history.
It'll definitely be the most rub you get from a win. And I don't know. Holly Holm beating Ronda Rousey was a huge one, but Cyborg's a big fish, man. If you can actually finish Cyborg, that is going to be bigger than probably any women's title you can win right now.
Oh, for sure.
Do you think if whoever beats Cyborg can be like Holly Holm, where she can basically live off of that win? Because we still talk about how she thunderstruck, as Fred would say, Ronda Rousey, but yet you look at her performances after that, they're not too good. I mean, nothing impressive.
Oh yeah,
you know,
no doubt. If somebody could come in and dog Cyborg, you'll live on that forever. If Kat Zingano came in, got a lucky takedown, jumped on top of Cyborg and pounded her out, she would live on that forever. We'd be like Ronda who.
Can I entertain you guys for a second? So I went. I'm doing the rankings for us, and women's featherweight is quite possibly the easiest one to ever do in the entire universe, because there's a grand total of 5 women in there. You've got Cyborg, Holly Holm, Megan Anderson, Tanya Evinger, and they've got Yana Kunitskaya also in there as part of the division. Yeah. So you've got 2 135ers, well, 3 of them actually. Holly Holm included, saying that she wants to fight for the 135 title. So yeah, that division is just hurting. It's hurting. And I don't see how Megan is going to win this fight, guys. I mean, she got beat up and got a decision loss to Cindy Dandois, who quite possibly performed the most horrible striking we've ever seen in the UFC, got cut. So I just don't see how she's going to be able to do anything against Holly Holm. So.
Yep. I second that fucking motion, Jack.
Whatever. I want to see Holm Cyborg too for some reason.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
If we don't get the Nunes fight,
we're not gonna get the Nunes fight. I really don't think, dude. I don't think we get the Nunes fight. Anyway, I want it. I want to see it. I don't think we get it. But we'll see. All right. RDA against Colby Covington for the interim welterweight title. Again, we already explained why it's there. It's supposed to be Connors. They didn't get it, or he couldn't get it, obviously. And now it's gonna be Colby against RDA. Cringy shit talk aside and all that, just talking about the fighting itself first. How do you like this matchup here, Fred?
It's a good fight. I will say that I have been kind of a little more sold on Colby. When I first heard about this fight, I'm like, man, Colby's gonna get smashed, dog. Like, there ain't no way he's gonna hold that fucking little prick down for 5 rounds.
No way.
But hearing Colby talk, hearing some other opinions on the fights, hearing the comparisons to when RDA fought Khabib, Colby has nowhere. Well, I shouldn't say nowhere, but I don't think Colby has quite the technique that Khabib's got. But he does have a little bit more size than Khabib. So having an already strong wrestling pedigree, very strong, mixed with a little more size, now I'm starting to waver a bit. Maybe the ugly little fucking prick can hold down the other ugly little prick for 5 rounds. I still don't think so. I think RDA ends up winning this fight. But you know, I don't know, man. Maybe there's something to the fact that Colby could fucking exploit RDA's not so great wrestling. Either way, I'll tell you this. I do think it'll be fun. RDA's, I don't like that little fucker, but he's enough of a firecracker that it's not going to be boring. I don't really see RDA being in a boring fight. Even if he's getting held down, I feel like he'll be active from the bottom, and it won't be a complete snooze fest either way, which is good.
There you go. Jesse, who are you picking?
Just because I would love to see this happen. Even though I have RDA and I support RDA, Colby Covington. I think it's going to be a tougher fight than people think. And I would also love to see him follow through on his tweet that he did today. I think it was today or yesterday, where he said he can't wait to take that belt and go to the White House and give it to President Trump for making America great again. And he's going to make the division great again. So just for that comedy, Colby Covington.
Oh man, I'm taking RDA, dude. Not because I can't stand Colby Covington or anything like that. I just think, like Fred was saying, I don't think Colby can keep RDA down that long. You know what I mean? And if he fucks up, makes one wrong move, and RDA catches him on the chin, like, it's gonna be fucking real rough night for that dude. Who are you picking there, Fred?
Oh man, Jesus did low-key turn me with that Trump shit. I gotta say, as much as I can't stand either one of those boys, that's pretty hilarious. The idea of seeing Colby put the fucking belt on Trump, and I gotta say, the way the universe is working these days, it seems like the universe would think that's funny too. So here at the witching hour, the final hour, switching my pick, boys. Colby, it is. We're making 170 great.
I'm making 170 great. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, the only thing left now is to talk about going from the most disrespectful fight to the most respectful fight. And Robert Whittaker defending his belt against Joe Romero. There's their second go around. The first time, obviously, went to decision. Whittaker fought with like a blown right knee or something like that. His leg was fucked up. Romero kicked the shit out of it too, which is fucked up. But he probably didn't even know. But they're gonna go for throwing that again for the title. I mean, it's just gonna be a good fucking fight. There's not much drama around this one. These fuckers like each other and shit. So, what do you think, Fred?
This fight is proof that we do like a little bit of drama with our fights,
right?
Because let me tell you something. This fight, stylistically, and all the other bullshit that all the little snobby MMA fans act like they watch the sport for. This fight's got it. Top level guys. Both very dangerous, both primarily strikers, even though I know Yoel's got the crazy wrestling pedigree. Right. He likes to knock motherfuckers out. Nothing bad about this fight, period. Other than the fact that it's not sexy. There's no fluff with it. There's no friction with these cats at all. Like, if they weren't fighting for this belt, they would probably be hanging out somewhere, shooting the shit, having a little lunch. Like, there's nothing here. That being said, it's going to be a very fun and violent fight. That being said, their first fight wasn't long ago enough that I feel like anything different will happen.
No.
I mean, look, Yoel is, I hate to use this word, but explosive as fuck. Right. Could Yoel catch you and knock you out at any moment? You betcha. Right. If he don't land one of them crazy flying knees or a spinning back, whatever the fuck, Robert Whittaker's going to pick him apart just like the first fight. I mean, I don't think these guys are going to come in with some crazy new wrinkle. He's not going to hold Robert Whittaker down. I mean, it's going to look a lot like the first fight. And if Yoel don't land a really big shot, it's going to probably look almost identical to the first fight, I would imagine.
And I'm with you on that, honestly. Like, it'll probably look exactly the and honestly, a healthy Robert Whittaker, hopefully he's not fucked up on this one again. Might even put it on Romero, gas him out, and finish him in the fourth or fifth. I mean, it's quite possible that I say that knowing fully well that Chris Weidman fucked up and took a nasty knee to the face and got finished by Romero in a surprising fashion.
Right. All that being said about Robert Whitaker, like for real, if Yoel lands a strike, and he's a smart guy too, so I could see him being cute and waiting. Like if he did knock out Robert Whitaker, it would not be surprising at all. Like he definitely can and is smart enough to pull it off. Robert Whitaker will have to fight the perfect fight to not get clipped, but he's done it once before.
Yeah, he did it once. And the thing is, I'm picking Robert Whitaker to retain, but I'm kind of rooting for Romero because just from a quote that he said a long time ago, said, "I'm not going back to Cuba till I'm a champion." Like, I want to see that video of him getting off the plane. You know what I mean? Like for the first time in forever, and like having the UFC gold around his waist and shit.
Well, let's be honest too.
It's a nice story.
Robert Whitaker is a super nice guy.
100%.
Well, not necessarily. He don't got no beef with Whitaker, but if we can get him the champ, he can manifest some beef with a lot of other pricks.
Oh, dude. I love you, Mike.
Yeah,
I love you, Mike.
There's a not to not like about Yoel. Like Robert Whitaker is a clean cut. You can't not like that guy. If we get Yoel as the champion, we're fucking cooking with bacon grease.
Don't forget Jesus. I remember that shit. I laugh my ass off. Jesse, who you picking?
I think you guys are all crazy. Everybody that thinks that this fight's gonna be the same, you're all crazy. Number one, I agree with you, Eddie. I agree that Robert Whitaker is now gonna come into this fight healthy. And I think the other thing that you guys are all forgetting, and everybody seems to forget this, is that Yoel Romero is not the same one that fought in that fight. Now Romero has the ability to pace himself, to spread out that big old, well, not big old, but tiny gas tank that he has with all that power behind it. And he now knows how to smartly utilize the gas tank that he has. He proved that in his last fight. And I think that that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a much more just very, very competitive fight. And if Whitaker decides to push the pace, I think he's going to get finished. And I think we're going to see Yoel Romero finish Robert Whitaker, I would say, in the second or third round by some nasty KO.
Oh, shit. All right.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
I mean, you could very well be right. I keep, it probably will happen, quite frankly, because I feel like I keep doubting Robert Whitaker, and then the one time that I'm like, okay, fine, Robert Whitaker will probably win. This will be the time he gets starched. Like that's how it always works. Because I've been thinking he was going to lose, and he just keeps winning. And now it's like, okay, well, he'll probably win this one. He done won this one once. You know, this is the Michael Bisping versus Luke Rockhold 2.
I also think I have to agree with Fred before. Some people end up drinking their own Kool-Aid, and I think Whitaker is that guy. I think he's resting his laurels on the fact that he was able to stuff those takedowns from Romero, you know, on a bum knee. Yeah, on one leg. So I think he might not have prepared enough for this fight. I know he's a very, very smart guy, very well-prepared guy, but I think that this is the time where he might, you know, rest his laurels on that and, you know, come into this fight not as prepared as it should be. And I think it's Romero's time to take that belt.
We will see.
Yeah.
Also, he's Latin, so you know, gotta go with the Latin guy.
It's a fact.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I wonder why Holm hasn't fought Nunes as Raider. It's a good question. Fucking because she got started.
Damn, 45.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we go?
Do you want to give
my raspy ass voice on this shit?
Do you want me to do one of the divisions?
Sure. Let's do the one that matters the most this weekend. 185.
You're killing me.
Okay, fine. Whatever you want to do. What do you want to do? You pick it, dude.
Hold on a second. Let's do Fred's favorite division, the flyweight division. How about that?
No, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that should fly by.
Yeah. So again, Jesse has created this system, and it's points based, depending on finishes, fights, all this other stuff. So what'd you come up with?
Yeah, lots of math in here involved. So I hate this. now that I've like I was telling you before, Eddie, I think the only people that really screw up this system is someone like Cowboy, who literally fights 4 or 5 times a year, has so many fights, and is actually very, very good enough to be successful in all those fights.
Right.
He just racks up the points like crazy. But you know, this is why I did a couple things, you know, fighting unranked, ranked people, you know, all those things, fighting for a title, all those things really affect your score. Anyway, all that said, flyweights, the top 10, of course, DJ is at the top as a champion. Number 1 would be Benavidez. Number 2, Alejandro Perez.
Oh, okay.
Number 3,
isn't he? He's like number 10. Is he top 15?
I don't even know if he's top 15.
I'll pull that up while you work on this. Go ahead.
Number 3 is Henry Cejudo. Number 4 is Jussier Formiga. Number 5 is Davidson Figueroa.
Yeah.
And then Sergio Pettis at 6. Mateus Nicolau at 7. Ray Borg at 8. Alex Perez at 9. And coming up at number 10 is Luis Smoka. Now, if you want to go to the 15, Ben Nguyen is 11. Alexandre Pantoja at 12. Dustin Ortiz, Joby Sanchez. And at number 15, my guy, Brandon Moreno.
Oh, shit. All right, so here's where we are on the official UFC ones, okay? Joe B is number 1. Obviously, DJ's the champion. Number 2, Cejudo. Where'd you have him?
3.
Okay. Number 3, Ray Borg.
He's 8.
Okay. Jussier Formiga is number 4.
Yep, that's right.
Number 5, Sergio Pettis.
Nope, one lower.
Number 6, John Moraga.
John Moraga would be number 28.
God damn, not even ranked. Wilson Heiss is number 7.
Jeez. Wilson is 16.
Damn. Number 8, Alexandre Pantoja, yeah.
Yeah, 12. I have him at 12.
Brandon Moreno's number 9.
15.
Damn. Dustin Ortiz is number 10.
Dustin Ortiz, 13.
All right, Ben Nguyen is 11.
Yep.
Nailed it.
We got one. Mateus Nicolau is number 12.
Nope. He's number 7.
Tim Elliott, number 13.
God, Tim Elliott. Come on. Number 22.
Jesus. Davison Figueredo.
Oh, yeah. I have him at 5.
Figueiredo. Yeah. All right. And number 15, Magomed Bibulatov.
23.
All right. So your point system, while I agree it's like better than what we got right now, because right now it's everything's subjective, definitely would change rankings up pretty well. Let's say, yeah.
I mean, you're all the other thing that everybody has to understand, because I know, if you guys kind of want to follow along, I'm doing the points based on your wins and losses only in the UFC. I'm not counting anything you've done outside of the UFC. If you were in the UFC, you got cut, you came back, nothing that you did before counts either. This is all just straight what you did in the UFC, what you've done so far. That's why some of the guys, are higher ranked. One of the things I don't understand is, what'd you say, Davidson Figueroa?
Yeah.
Undefeated, 14-0. And what do they have him at, like 13, something like that? Pretty low?
Yeah, pretty low, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, when you base it on what people do, finishes, all that stuff, I mean, it actually makes sense. I mean, DJ has 44 points based on the system, based on, the amount of wins he has in a row, all that stuff, finishes and everything. And to me, it just makes it more fair, makes it to where, people have an incentive to finish a fight, because if you finish the fight, more points move higher in the rankings. The other thing that I was telling you guys about was that, you miss weight for every pound after 2 pounds that you miss weight, you're dropping in points, which is, to me, a good way to also help people, because we get people like, Darren Till, Mackenzie Dern, they still move up in the rankings because they won, but according to my system, they don't go very far. I think Mackenzie Dern even dropped quite a bit, actually, because she missed by so much, and she hasn't really done too much in the division. So again, I think that this is something that would make sense for us to kind of look at. So like I said, I'm still working on it. I've gotten most of them. I'm working on light heavyweight, and middleweight still. Those are the last 3 that I've got to go through everybody and get done. Then I'll send it over to Eddie, and maybe next week we'll have actual little stuff that Eddie can put up, and we can see it.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll make something. I'll fucking fix something up. All right. Oh, hey, look, I like your system, and hopefully, I don't know. We just keep doing our own rankings as the fights go, and then see how they compare to the UFC's. But you know, they're the people voting on there is not about points or who does the best, just who they want to see in
right, exactly.
matchups.
You know what? I'll give you an example. Like, what was it? Over the weekend, Marlon Moraes. On my system, he was before the fight, he was ranked number 26, right? And Jimmy Rivera was ranked number 9. So that obviously moves everybody up. Marlon would probably end up winning 3-4 points, so that would put him at like a 7 or 8 points. So that would put him in the top 15.
There you go.
You know, again, it just makes it to where people, if you finish the fight, you're fighting top guys. It's just rewarding you for actually doing these things instead of just laying and praying.
Right. All right, cool. Fuck, dude, my phone's not fucking working. All right, well, yeah. Again, the points thing is it's at least like math based. You can say MMA math, and it would actually make sense. So that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? All right, Jesse, a question of the week, or we got nothing this time?
Nope, I was just concentrating on this week. So, like I said, hopefully I'll get some stuff done and give you guys something good next time.
All right, in that case, I got one. Have you? All three of us have heard the new Kanye album.
No,
I have.
You haven't heard it?
No.
Really? Why?
You haven't heard it at all, Jesus?
Nope. I'm waiting for Fred to play it on his podcast, and I'll listen.
Oh, okay. We'll put it on your podcast, dude. Look, a lot of people are shitting on it because he's he's got this thing going where everyone thinks he's like a super Trump supporter. He might be. I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention to fucking know whether or not he is, and I honestly don't care. The album is good to listen to. It's fucking got like 3. For me, it's got like 3 good songs that I listen to like constantly. You know what I mean? What do you think, Fred?
I love this album actually, and it's not really well, we are going to talk about this album on the podcast tomorrow on the Gym City Jesus podcast. But also one of the topics that we're going to talk about tomorrow that kind of I got to thinking about because of this album is where do you draw the line between artists and their personal actions and your love for their art? So a lot of people were saying they're not even going to listen to this Kanye album because of his political views. Me personally, I don't give a fuck what you do. I still watch the Cosby Show, Jack. Like I completely separate art from the personal, like, because if not, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. Most of the people I like are complete shitheads, to be completely honest with you. Like in the real world, they're like Connor. He's not the greatest guy in the world, to be honest with you, but I like his art. I like when he's fighting. I like the lead up to the fight. You know what I mean? Like I like all that. I can't not like him because of the other shit. I love this new Kanye album. The fact that I disagree with him politically and most every other way does not influence my position on that at all. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Like I think everybody's line's a little different on that.
Right.
I'll tell you what, Fred. To me, I agree with you when it's something like that, like religion or political view. That's your own personal thing. What you do with your art is your art, what you express yourself. But I also think the actions that you do is something that I have to draw the line at. Kind of like, Woody Allen? I don't watch any of his films. No matter how much I enjoy films, no matter how much I know that he's legendary in doing films, I'm just not gonna support someone like that.
That did the, he like marries his like daughter?
His stepdaughter, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
That was just weird.
Listen,
his stepdaughter that
how I know
he was really young. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know how I know I don't give a fuck about shit like that? I still like R. Kelly's music.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's right. I don't care. I don't care that he was pissing on those little girls. I don't give a shit. 12th place still ranks in my top fucking 10 fucking R&B albums of all time. So once I fucking cross that bridge, at this point, the art's the art. Everything else is everything else. He's a reprehensible scumbag, but goddamn it, I love bump and grime.
And R. Kelly and Morgan Freeman's still the voice of God. So, yeah.
Now Morgan Freeman, get the fuck out of here. These whores are fucking getting desperate with the Morgan shit. Fuck you, Maria Muendez. Fuck out of here with your gross laugh.
Are you talking about?
Fuck, now you're gonna make me YouTube that shit. Now I gotta hear what her gross laugh sounds like. You fuck, I didn't want to do that.
You've never heard her laugh?
Dude, I don't watch much TV.
It's a very fake laugh.
Oh, is it? Okay.
She's super hot, but her laugh is super annoying.
All right.
She's very TV ready, so that's what everything is geared towards for her.
Wait, is she the one that did what's her last name?
Menounos.
Yeah.
Oh, her. Yeah, okay, now you're talking about fuck no. Oh my god.
I know Fred butchered that last name.
Okay. I was like,
yeah, what the fuck? I'm a gringo. Jesus Christ. Melendez.
Yeah, there you go. Just say Melendez. All right. Last check of the headlines here. We'll see a couple quotes. RDA on Conor McGregor. If the Irish boy wants to try for his third belt, I will be there. Cool. And
calm down, RDA.
yeah, chill out, dude. All right. Well, that's kind of it. So nothing new, nothing in the headlines. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I can't think of anything going on Thursday. Friday, it will be your weigh-ins, whether they're regular weigh-ins or fucking early weigh-ins. Fucking who knows? Obviously, pay-per-view is on Saturday. I will be doing live tweeting for Cage Side Press. We'll give them a follow at Cage Side Press. What's up?
Did we miss the fact that Yoel Romero didn't work out today because something wrong with his eyes?
Huh?
Oh, you didn't read about that?
I missed that altogether.
Yeah, what the
today's
fuck?
Today's open workouts, Yoel Romero didn't participate because something wrong with his eyes. Apparently, he said that they were dilated for some reason. But that's all I saw.
He was too stoned to fucking work out. Shit. Let me look that up. Hold up before we go, because that might be something. No, I don't see anything, dude. No one talked about that. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was something I saw before we jumped on the podcast.
No, well, fuck it. I'll look it up later. All right, folks. It's gonna do it for us. You can follow Jesse Ep.104 1983. I can't even talk. I'm like super like stuffy nose and sick. My allergies are fucking me up. Spawat 1983. Kirby's at Kirby_MMA. I'm at Ela31. The page is at Keyboard MMA. Shout out to everyone that fucking watched today. Gary was on there. Raider was on there. I know Frederick was on there. Joey Tremendous was on there. Anyone that fuck with Uncle Hank was there earlier. Shout out to all you guys for listening and watching and everything. Make sure you subscribe to all the things. Follow us on all the things. We will we'll have to see on for Saturday night whether we can do a post fight. If it gets crazy, we'll have to do a post fight for sure. But we'll keep you guys tuned in or updated on that, see what happens. And yeah, it's gonna do it for us. So shout out to repthewarriors.com. Shout out to Spices Pros. For myself, Fred Kirby, this is Rakaba, and everybody else on the whole team. Shout out to Nick X Micro. Love you guys. Good night. Good night, Wilshire.